Welcome back to my channel. Today I am actually doing a review on the new Huda Beauty foundation. This is the Faux Filter foundation. I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about it and also trying two shades for you guys. I have Leche, which is 320 Golden G, and Butter Pecan 330 N. So let's see which one works for me. Let's see if I like it. And yeah, let's just try this baby out. Forewarning guys, I literally just woke up. I know I look absolutely crazy, but I wanted to start my day and, you know, start this video nice and early for you guys. So like I said, I'm reviewing the new Huda Beauty foundation. I actually picked up 330 N Butter Pecan first because the Tres Leches shade was sold out, and I was like, well, if I'm not going to be golden, like a medium golden, then maybe I could just try a medium neutral. I'm usually a medium in all foundations. I'm never light anytime ever, so I didn't try for like a light medium. That's usually like my concealer color. So we'll see how this works for me. I'm going to swatch both on my face. So I think Tres Leche is going to be my color because it's medium golden, and I'm usually a more goldeny yellow undertone, but I'm gonna swatch also on my face the Butter Pecan shade, which is the neutral, like I said. So just so you guys know, they have neutral, they have B, I guess those are like the beige tones, they have G, which is gold, and then they have the R, which is really rich tone. So this is going to be the Butter Pecan, and this is my neutral shade, and I just have my face like, you know, washed and moisturized. I don't have primer or anything. This is a very thick foundation. I believe it's a cream and not a liquid. So when people go to pump it out and they don't realize that, I think they think it's so thick that they're like, wait, what? But it's actually a cream foundation and not a liquid. So that is the neutral shade, and I can just blend that in a little bit more. It actually looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see how the Tres Leches shade looks too. And I don't even want to pump this much because I know it's so much, but wow, that's really golden. Do you guys see how golden that is next to the neutral? Super yellow. This one actually looks like it matches almost perfectly into my skin, where this one, I mean, it looks like it would also be a match, but I feel like it might be too yellow. I'm gonna go with the yellow one just because, or the more golden one, which is Tres Leche, just because that's what I always wear, and I feel like the neutral might make me look too flat. So yeah, that's the one I'm gonna go with, the Tres Leche shade. So let's get into the application. So I'm just gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizing Primer. It's a smoothing primer, and that way I'll just smooth out my skin like I always do. I don't have a favorite primer. This is just something I use right now. So I'm gonna start with applying this onto my face. I'm gonna do one pump. Again, I've done a little bit of research on my own on this foundation, and it's supposed to be a medium to full coverage foundation. I'm not a super full coverage girl. I do like to have my skin somewhat look like skin, but I like to be able to, I basically like to be able to sheer it out and also do full coverage when I want to, but I don't want it to look like a mask. So I'm gonna use one pump and see how that goes. As always, I'm gonna do one side of my face with a beauty blender, the other side of the face with a brush, and we'll see how it works out. I'll also go over a couple things about the foundation while I'm applying it. The foundation has 30 different shades, and again, it has all of those different undertones. So you have your goldens, your neutrals, those deep, rich undertones, and then the cooler, I guess, more fair tones, undertones in the skin. So nice range there. I really appreciate a foundation, especially on the first try, that comes out with that many shades. That's awesome. So a little bit about what this foundation does. It is, again, a full to medium coverage foundation. It's for all skin types because on Sephora.com it says normal, dry, combination, and oily. That is all skin types in my opinion. It also has a satin, matte, and radiant and natural finish. So we'll see how that looks on the actual skin because that's a little confusing to me. I'm like, which is it? But again, we'll see. And what it is a full coverage cream foundation that visibly conceals blemishes and imperfections for a filter-like finish. There's also a whole paragraph on what it does, which I'll leave in the description box below, but it's basically just supposed to smooth everything out, hide redness, pigmentation, blemishes, all of those things, and still look somewhat matte, but still have somewhat of a luminous look to the skin as well. And it's without parabens and sulfates if you guys are curious about that. Okay guys, so this is the side with the beauty blender and this is the side with the brush. I have to say I'm actually surprised. I think I do prefer the brush. I think it's because of the formula. The formula is very thick, and with a beauty blender, if you're trying to stipple in a very thick foundation, or a cream foundation I guess, it doesn't blend as nicely as when you kind of smooth it in with a brush. That could just be me, that could be personal preference. I'm just telling you my experience. Also, I have a little bit of, I guess I was extracting from my face last night. I know, not good, but I have a couple of little like leftover marks from that, and as full coverage as this foundation is and how nice it covered with the brush, it actually, you can still actually see the little pigmentations peeking through. So I think just with the brush right now, I'm feeling like it would be more, I don't know, just I think I like it better. So I'm just going to, I did one pump by the way, so I'm just going to go in with just like a tiny bit more. And that brush that I used before, by the way, that's a Real Techniques brush. It's probably my favorite foundation brush right now. I don't know why, but it's just the Expert Face brush. A lot of people like this brush, but just recently I've been loving it. And I'm going to go over that spot and just dab. And I think with this foundation too, I would prefer to dab than buff, because I feel like it's just moving it around too much. See, I mean, it's practically gone now, and I just feel like the beauty blender was not letting the foundation live up to what it could be. So I'm just going over any little spots that I feel like could use a little tiny bit more coverage. Okay, so this is the foundation with nothing on it, a very light smoothing primer underneath. To me, it is pretty matte. I can see a little bit of sheen in my face, but nothing crazy. It's definitely not radiant to me. It's more matte. Maybe as the day goes on, I'm very oily in my T-zone. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. I have pretty much normal skin throughout, except my actual T-zone is super oily. So I usually, you know, will put like maybe a mattifying primer in my on my nose at least, but I didn't for today. So we'll see how that works. But I like how it looks. I think it looks really good. It's very like probably the fullest coverage foundation I own, and I own Estee Lauder Double Wear, and that's one of my favorites, but I think this one's definitely a step up from that. And I think the color looks good. What do you guys think? I mean, my chest might be a little lighter because my chest is always a little lighter, but I think it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is put on the rest of my makeup, and then we'll talk about how the makeup lays on this foundation, and I'll touch base a little bit about the packaging. Alright guys, now that I'm starting to look more like a human being, let's go more into the foundation. I just wanted to touch base on the packaging because a lot of people had an issue with it not being glass. First of all, I think that the packaging is cute. I love it. I actually really enjoy it. I like the matte black top. The pump is amazing. Every foundation should have a pump, especially high end. And a lot of people that are mentioning the packaging not being glass, I don't know if they realize, but this foundation actually has 1.18 fluid ounces. If you're going to give me 1.18 fluid ounces, which is 0.18 more fluid ounces than the usual foundation, which is usually 1 fluid ounce, if you guys can do math, I'm sure you guys got that. If you're going to give me that, then I much rather have more foundation than have a glass bottle, especially if the packaging is so cute. And I think that it's smart to not have a glass bottle because I don't have to worry about dropping this. And if you're a freelance makeup artist, or if you do makeup on the side or anything like that, that's something that can be, you know, troubling if you're dropping something. I know back in the day when everybody was obsessed with the MAC concealer, the Pro Longwear, people were dropping it left and right and it would break because it was glass. So I actually really like the packaging. I think it's smart. I like that we get more product, and I love the pump. I just think it's a really nice bottle. I like the ombre. I just really enjoy it, to be honest with you. I have no complaints about the actual packaging. So now that we're done with the application, the packaging, the facts about the foundation, today I'm going to be trying it out all day. I'm going to continue to get ready. I have to blow dry my hair. I have to run out and do some errands. So we'll, you know, be checking in, or I'll be checking in with you guys throughout the day. So right now it's 11:13. So I've been up and, you know, about a little while now, and this foundation has now been on my face probably about 20 minutes. I just did very simple makeup, but the application of the makeup went on beautifully. I think everything went on nice and smooth, looks great. Did super, you know, basic makeup because again, I'm just running around, but I still think that everything, my blush, my bronzer, my highlight went on very nicely. Concealer, powder, all that stuff. So now that we are done, I am going to move on to the rest of the day, and I will be checking in with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I am back. It is now 4:44, almost 5 o'clock. I've had this foundation on since about 10 a.m. I applied it around 10:30. So I'm back in for another checkup. I am getting pretty oily, if you guys can see. I mean, my highlight and my blush and bronzer and all that are on and look good, but I am getting pretty oily. I've been doing a lot today on purpose because excuse me, I really wanted to get this foundation tested for you guys. So did laundry, ran around, was out, was in, I ate everything. So I am getting some oils, which is normal for me. I would say maybe a little bit more oily than like my Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I think that it is still, you know, pretty dewy. I'm okay with it. It's not horrible. It's not breaking up and looking too bad. Because I'm getting a little bit oily now, my pores are starting to show up a little bit more. So what I would usually do at this point would just add a little bit of powder, maybe dab first with a paper towel, but I don't have that on me right now. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Estee Lauder, my Saint Laurent powder, and just powder right in the areas where I'm getting oily. Also, I did not set all over my face. I only set really underneath my eyes and a little bit around my nose. So that could be a reason why also. So you guys can see that looks a little bit better now. I would usually dab on some powder anyway, so it's not that big of a deal for me, but I just wanted to make a note of that for you guys. So I'm going to continue to wear this foundation. I'm going to pop on probably later on tonight, maybe around 8, and just do a final recap for you guys. I know that's not super late, but I don't leave my makeup on like all day unless I'm really going to do something. Just heading out right now, and then I'll be back in a couple hours for a little bit more of an update. Hi guys, I am back with my final check-in. It is now 9:47, almost 10 o'clock, and I have had this foundation on since almost 10:30. I would say 10:30, so quite a while now. I'm very tired. I'm very ready to take this foundation off. I don't really know what to say about this foundation. I feel like I like it and I don't like it. Like, I have some kind of mixed feelings with regards to it. I feel like it's similar to my Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I still like my Estee Lauder Double Wear more. And I'm comparing it to that foundation because out of all the foundations I have, it is more full coverage, it's more matte, it's more similar to that foundation, or the Huda Beauty foundation is more similar to that foundation, the Estee Lauder one, than any of my other ones. So kind of comparing it to that one. On top of that, my Estee Lauder one is my favorite foundation probably ever. I have other ones that are very much up there, but I think that one will always be number one. So comparing it, I feel like this one kind of broke down a little bit. I mean, if you look on the sides of my face here, it looks like there's some foundation missing. Mind you, I was not sitting around all day just being pretty. I was going like this. I was eating dinner. I was just at my fiance's house with his mom eating, and like definitely not just sitting around doing nothing. So I really put this foundation to the test. And of course I'm very shiny around my T-zone and kind of around my forehead and everything, you know, everywhere else, to be honest. But I don't know, I feel like I kind of have mixed feelings with regards to this foundation. Tell me what you guys think of how it looks on me and everything like that. I feel that I just have other foundations that pretty much do the same thing or better, and I keep looking at myself in the mirror because I'm still trying to analyze how I feel about it, because I felt like I would really like it, and I'm just kind of like about it. I feel like I keep saying I feel. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being I love it, 1 being I hate it, I probably would give it around a 7. I don't think it's bad at all. I just don't think it lived up to my expectations from other reviews that I've seen, and I also don't think that it is better than my favorite foundation, which is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, like I said, which is very comparable. So again, reasons why I'm not so crazy about it. I just feel like it kind of broke down on me a little bit. I am pretty oily, and I don't love that I can't use it with a beauty blender because I really didn't like how it came out with the beauty blender. I think I would have to only use it with a flat top brush or a buffing brush where I would tap it in and then maybe go over it with a beauty blender to shear it out a little bit. I don't know. I really don't have like crazy, yes, I love this foundation, or no, I can't stand this foundation. I'm just kind of indifferent about it. If you guys subscribe to my channel, which you should if you haven't already, I will be doing my monthly favorites probably in a couple weeks, and and if it is in my monthly favorites, because I'm going to continue to try this on the regular to see if I do like it, then you guys will know that I really switched, and not even switched, but really like came around to it and I was like, wait, no, I really do like this foundation. And if it's not, I'm probably gonna say that it's not really in my top foundations. And if you guys hear anything crazy, my dogs are wrestling right now. Wonderful. So if there's anything that I missed, I will leave it down below for you guys. Don't forget to check out the down bar for more information, my shade color, the link to the foundation, any additional thoughts, like I said, on the foundation, social media links. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, like I said. And I guess that's it. I am in my robe. I'm literally taking this makeup off and going to lay on my couch and relax. It's Stranger Things time. If you guys like Stranger Things, give this video a thumbs up. It's out. I'm ready to watch it and chill. So I guess that's it. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.